Hello, mixtresses and mixters. This is mixtressrae. You're watching Mixtress Video, and today I'm going to do a little walkthrough of Desert Illuminations Tarot. So let me light my little candle here. Maybe trying to do it with my left hand, and I am left-handed, but I'm not left-lightered. Apparently. Okay. Cool. How are you guys? So I definitely wanted to do this. I just found out about this particular deck, and it was just like, full disclosure, like I told you guys like a couple months ago, that there was a tarot deck that I wanted to create someday, and it's basically this deck. So it already exists. It isn't entirely how I would have done it, but I'm now thinking that I need a different idea if I'm going to create a tarot deck. But this is gorgeous. Lindsay Williams is the artist. Here is her cool circular, like really sturdy. It's almost like a coaster, but it's too small to be a coaster. I will just set this here. Maybe we'll do a little rearranging. I've got my little this is like a drink coaster thing. It's just big, and I have this sitting next to my computer at all times, so I just thought that would make a nice backdrop for the... Okay, so here's Desert Illuminations Tarot, an enchanting divination experience. So this is, unfortunately, if you're seeing this video as it comes out in late January 2021, this deck is now sold out. I guess she only printed 250 copies. However, there's going to be a second printing. She just said it's going to be a few weeks, I guess. So it comes with, let's set this down so you can see the beautiful card backs. Hello. So it comes with a little fold-out sheet. I haven't really looked at this yet. I just got this deck a couple hours ago. It has a variation of the Celtic cross that is a cactus. I am so using that. That is awesome. The cardstock is, a lot of people aren't going to like it. It's very thin. It's very flexible. It is my kind of cardstock for sure, but some people would be upset about how thin it is. It's got kind of a chemically smell, sort of like if you guys have ever had the indie version of, what is that deck called? Oh shit, it's that like vintagey sort of surreal deck that's coming out in a mass market, something with dream in the title. Shit, Dreamscapes, Dreamkeepers. If you've ever had Dreamkeepers, it's the smell of the cardstock is very similar. But if you've ever had a deck that has a sort of chemically smell, it will dissipate after a while. It kind of smells like fresh carpet. Also, if you follow Lindsay Williams, is that right? Yes, if you follow Lindsay Williams on Instagram, which I'm sure it's on here. Yeah, Lindsay Williams Art, also Desert Illuminations Tarot. I follow Desert Illuminations Tarot. She is right now going through hopefully she'll do the minor arcana too, but right now she's going through the major arcana and explaining her inspirations for each image. I love this deck. This is like my favorite shade of purple, and it's at the bottom of every major arcana card. And the colors, there's something about... So this person is from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, and that's actually a town. Truth or Consequences is the name of a town. I've actually driven through it several times because I live in Southwest Missouri. So like getting to New Mexico it's a few states away, but it's not the longest drive ever. And pretty much every time I want to go on a road trip, I want to go to the desert. The desert was the first place that, like, when I went there, I felt truly at home. It's the air in New Mexico especially is like, you're not quite in the desert yet. Like, as far as like going west from where I live, like you hit Texas and it's way too humid. Then you hit, and if you go all the way to Arizona, it's too dry. But New Mexico, it's like the air smells like sweet. It smells like sage. It's the perfect combination of not too dry, not too humid. It's just, there's something special about New Mexico. And I feel like that vibe is really coming through in this deck. And I am so fucking here for it. The colors, it sold out like less than 48 hours after I discovered its existence. So I'm really glad I ordered it. This is Georgia O'Keeffe. I forgot who this is. She did the sort of backstory for this card today. So that's as far as she's gotten in the Major Arcana so far. And it's not in the little guide sheet, the inspirations for the cards. So I'm really hoping she sticks with that because I'm really liking to see the inspirations. So this is a very like alien deck, cowboy cowgirl deck. It is very Southwest, which was the entire like inspiration for the deck. I mean, look at this fucking strength card. Hot pink wolf. I'm always here for a hot pink wolf. Oh my god, you guys. I'm so here for it. I love this hermit card. So it's very RWS most of the time. Really into the bat. Kind of has a pig vibe. He's a little bit of a piggy bat. And I'm okay with that. And the sparrows. It's a very like Wild West desert deck. I feel like I've been waiting for this deck my whole life. And it's weird because I'm not usually into like the cowboy vibe, and there's definitely a lot of cowboy vibes in this particular deck, but I'm kind of here for it for some weird reason. Gorgeous death card. It seems like she really tried to also to be inclusive. It's not just, I think she is a white girl, but she's definitely being inclusive to the space of New Mexico. There's a lot of in New Mexico there's a lot of Mexican immigrants, and there's a lot of Native American, indigenous vibes going on in New Mexico. That is very much a part of the land, and I think she really captured the cultures that make up the Southwest. I think she really did a great job. And I'm not like an authority on that or anything, but just from being like, it's a place that I've gone to. I've gone to New Mexico several times. I've gone to Arizona several times. And just driving through that part of the country gives you such a sense of what it is. I'm just like, this deck has all of my favorite colors in it. Like, these two colors, like this purple and this orange on the backs of the cards, are like two of my very favorite colors of all time. I'm into I kind of like this as a moon card because it's not a wolf and a dog, which that particular symbolism doesn't really work for me. Anyway, I like that it's just two wolves and they're totally symmetrical. Look at this judgment card. Oh my god. The alien vibes were the first thing that grabbed me about this deck, and then everything else, and then the cactus. And then everything else is just drawing me in more and more the more I look at it. So, chilies are wands in this deck. Look at those fucking colors. Holy shit. My one gripe about this deck so far is she created like one little bunch of chilies and she just repeated it every time. So I'm a little sad about that. I would have liked to see some variation in like the chilies so that they look like different bunches of chilies. But other than that, very gorgeous. Rooster fight, rooster fight. This one's a little bit like, it takes me a second. Like, okay, the 7 of chilies. Okay, 7 of wands. This snake is defending itself against you. Okay, I got it. This is the one that especially bugs me, that all the bunches of chilies look exactly the same. But, you know, whatever. She did a great job with this deck. So sorry guys that I'm showing you a deck that you can't get right now if you're watching this right as I put it out. But there is going to be a second printing. I got so lucky because I just happened to see this on Instagram, and I just decided to go for it that same day because I fell in love with it immediately. And luckily I didn't like wait on it, because look at this king and queen of chilies. So cute. I love that it's sort of a 70s vibe too. Anyway, I'm glad that I went for it and didn't take my time thinking about it, because I would be so sad right now if it was sold out and I didn't have a copy. I'd like to know who these two people are. I feel like I should recognize them. I almost think it's that. Yeah, I'm blanking. I'm into it. I really am. It brings like a devious quality to the 5 of Cups to have. Like, isn't that Zorro? I definitely don't get all the references, but the vibe is really, it feels really authentic to me. Oh, also I would like to do a special thank you to my patrons, because I have this new sort of thing that I'm doing where I'm only, in 2021, I'm only going to buy tarot decks that are funded from my funds that I make from my Etsy tarot readings and my Patreon. So this deck, you know, I discovered it on Sunday and I was like, oh my God, I need to have this. And I had enough money in my Patreon to get it immediately. So this is my second deck acquisition of 2020, and the second one funded by patrons. So that's really incredible. Like, I like doing that because it feels like it's a gift from you guys. It feels like my decks are a gift from you guys right now. Why are we not focusing? Thank you. So we've got daggers for swords. Obviously I didn't even say, but jugs were cups. So I haven't even shuffled it yet. I got it in the mail as I was cleaning my house today. So I just sort of like ripped it open and looked through it, and then I went and took a bath, because I reward myself for cleaning my house by taking a bath. That's my reward. So I took a bath and then just got dressed and put on a corset, and here I am to talk to you guys. Let's see if I can take off the manual focus now, and hopefully it'll stay. I think this is just a gorgeous deck. I'm so happy to have it. I had to immediately do a flip through of it for you guys, because whenever I discovered this deck a few days ago and looked for a flip through, there was only one on YouTube. There might be more by now, but if not, this is probably the second video on YouTube to feature this deck. Okay, this is my favorite suit. The cactus / pentacle suit. I've always been really drawn to cactus. Like um, my favorite like natural place in the world is, well, a tie between the Painted Desert and the Saguaro National Forest or Desert or whatever. And cactus is just, it's my thing, man. It is my thing. And aliens, like my whole idea for my own deck was that I was going to make an RWS knockoff with aliens, because I haven't seen that yet. This one is an RWS knockoff with aliens. It's not all aliens. That was going to be my plan, was to have it all aliens. But I almost think this deck is better than what my idea for a deck was. And I hadn't even started on it anyway. So I was going to have it be like a 3 or 4 color deck. Black, white, green, and purple was my plan. But I like what this is, like being a portrait of New Mexico, essentially. Obviously Roswell vibes, because Roswell is sort of like the alien capital. I think this deck is far better than what I could have done if I ever would have even done it. So I'm not mad. I'm just happy to have it. It's like, okay, I've wanted a straight up alien RWS deck, and here it is. Here it is. I'm so happy to have it. It's gorgeous. I love the cow vibes. And they're so well done. These look like really wonderful cows. Don't you want to hang out with these cows? Oh, I was going to point out, I was babbling and I missed it. Okay. I wanted to point out the connection between the 5 and the 6 of Pentacles, I think, is made in a really cool way, possibly the coolest way ever. We're not focusing again. There we go. I like that in the 5, you know, like you're in a desert wasteland. There's no hope. The only hope, when I was first flipping through this, I was like, are we supposed to think that the hope within this card is the actual UFOs? And then I think that's confirmed in the 6 of Pentacles, because we have an alien that is sharing her wealth with some humans. So this makes a clearer connection between the 5 and the 6 of Pentacles as a linear progression than I think any deck I have does. I really like that. This looks like a continuation of this moment to me. I just wanted to point that out. All right, we're down to the last queen and king of cactus / pentacles. Aren't they lovely? I love it. I'm so happy with this deck. I'm going to do my first shuffle of it on camera and pull my first cards from it. It shuffles beautifully, as you might expect. What am I going to do for like edging this deck? I mean, typically when I edge a deck, I pick a color from the back. So, you know, purple's obvious, but maybe the hot pink would be cool. Okay. I love this deck so much, you guys. Like, it's weird, like, how instantly I fell in love with this deck. It was just like, this is one of those rare moments where you see a deck that's like, it's almost like it came from your own brain, but someone else did it, you know? With the exception of all the cowboy stuff. But it makes perfect sense. It's actually better than, like, what I would have done. But the cowboy stuff is not something that I typically think about. Okay, that's our first draw from the deck. Our Lady of Guadalupe. That tells me that this deck is going to be a soulmate of mine right there. The presence of did I say Empress? I might have said Empress. I actually like that this is temperance because I personally view temperance as being sort of that mother goddess energy. So, you know, like whether you want to see that as Kali or Tara or Mother Mary or however you see that sort of mother goddess energy for you, I definitely see that it makes perfect sense for it to be Our Lady of Guadalupe. Gorgeous. So that's it. That's the Desert Illuminations. These cards are a little slippy. They're a little slippy. Desert Illuminations Tarot. It is absolutely fucking gorgeous. Thank you, Lindsay Williams, for making the deck that was inside my head. You did an amazing job, and I'm so excited to work with this deck. I think we're going to be forever soulmates. Okay,